I don't even talk the best English, but I'm still doing it. You can do it, my friend. You can do it. Hey there. Good to see you. Good morning. Yes, I was playing the flute the other day. Say hi to the folks. Oh, we're just digitally documenting the journey, inspiring others, and just, power to the people. All right. Love you too. Enjoy your day. You as well. You as well. My name is Jerome. What's yours? Janet? Janet. Awesome. Beautiful name. All right. Take care, Janet. All right. Awesome. Awesome. That's what it's all about, y'all. That's what it's all about. You feel me? Do you feel it? This is the energy that you exude. This is the energy that you project. It all comes back to you, my friend. It's powerful. It's powerful. So don't be afraid to document your journey. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening.
Hello and welcome. This is Jerome Shaw, host of the Open Palm Podcast Motivator. Meditator, coming at you with a message from this beautiful book I read by William Walker Atkinson. And it's called The Law of Attraction. And it's the power of thought to manifest your life. It's amazing because there's this chapter in this book on the thought world. We see the world, but we often hear that our mentality creates our reality. So how could perception actually be reality when we understand that there's a world within the world, a thought world, an invisible world, just like the radio waves that are moving throughout you and I. Even in the course of this conversation, you may not have the radio cut on, playing your favorite music on your favorite radio station, but that same music is in the air. It's moving everywhere. It's just when you cut it on, you can hear it. But was it already there? And the answer is yes. Now, where it was, that's its own mystery. But we can understand that thoughts are the same. There are thought frequencies, thought vibrations, thoughts that are flowing in and out of you and I in this very moment. As you are listening to the sound of my voice, there are so many thoughts, so much noise, right? But we can be selective, and we can even be protective of the thoughts that we own. But what is our own? What is really known? What is really shown in the thought world? When you hear the things like Rene Descartes, I think, therefore I am. We can say, okay, I think, therefore I am. But what about when we hear that, that thoughts are actually physical things? Like a physical manifestation that we just can't see on the physical plane. Doesn't mean that it doesn't remain. It doesn't mean that the thoughts you put out are not rippled and sustained throughout time, maintained throughout time, and that they might bump into someone who also aligns. So start thinking of thoughts as physical things, and you might see where this energy brings, what it brings you, and how it influences the way that you interact and how the ways that others interact with yourself. It says in this passage of the Law of Attraction, we are sending out thoughts of greater or lesser intensity all the time, and we are reaping the results of such thoughts. Not only do our thought waves influence ourselves and others, but they have a drawing power. They attract to us the thoughts of others, things, circumstances, people, luck in accord with the character of the thought uppermost in our minds. So as they say, what you focus on expands, right? What you focus on the longest grows the strongest. It goes on to say that thoughts of love will attract to us the love of others, circumstances and surroundings in accord with the thought. I remember an example of this. People who are of that like thought, right? I was standing outside of a Starbucks and I was just minding my business. But I remember that I had my cell phone and I was talking to a group of people on my cell phone, just like I'm doing right now. And I was saying something, I was just trying to say an encouraging word, an empowering word, an inspiring word to these people to lift them up in some way. And there was a lady that pulled up around the Starbucks. She pulled up to me. She downed her window and she asked me my name because she said I was beaming. Later on, she told me this. She said, "You were beaming. There was a light emanating from you and it was beaming for miles. I could see it for miles." She saw something that I could not see. That my thoughts, my being, my emotions, my energy was coming off of me, emanating, radiating. No one else had ever told me this. But she was a very tapped in and tuned in girl to the energy world, to the thought world, to that world of vibration within the congregation, the world that is always broadcasting information. And she told me her name, you know. I asked her, I said, "What's your name?" She said, "My name is Janet. What's yours?" I said, "I'm Jerome." And she said, "It's, a pleasure to meet you, so glad to meet you." I was like, "You too," and then she told me, she was like, "Love you." She said, "I love you." We had just met. We were like complete strangers. And I just said, "I love you too." I didn't even think about it. And she kept going. But later on, she didn't leave that interaction left alone without letting it be known that she wanted us to stay in contact. So she gave me her information and, we continued that relation for a time. But that was a sign, right? That was divine. That was for me to know and for me to show that when you emanate these types of thoughts, you glow. And thought follows you wherever you go. So what kinds of thoughts do you want to grow in your life? What kind of vibration and frequency would you like to flow in your life? He goes on to say that a strong thought or a thought long continued will make us the center of attraction for the corresponding thought waves of others. This is what I feel happened in that situation. Like attracts like in the thought world. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. Birds of a feather flock together in the thought world. So this is amazing, to feel the energy raising in this way and to understand that what you put out is what you get back. What you radiate is what you attract. Now, it might be a hard pill to swallow for some, but it doesn't make less the message of one. That there is a unity consciousness, there is oneness, right? A beautiful dance of life. And when you internalize these concepts, you might not think twice about the thoughts that are good and the ones not so nice, right? What are the thoughts that you would like to dwell? What is the story that you would like to tell? And you change your direction with that deeper connection when you see your projection is just a reflection. Much love, my friend. Always love once again, and we'll see you next time, for it is never the end.